I put it on the calendar. The event came, and I'm working. I work until 8 and 9 o'clock at night Eastern time, and I work remotely, and I'm here at home in my home office, and those 3 lots started closing around 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So they were out in Topeka at the Topeka Massacre at around 6:30, whatever. So I'm sitting here, and that's kind of a slower time at night for work. So I was able to look on my home PC and watch the auction. And and then you're getting emails like, "Hey, you've been outbid." So all 3 weeks, I put in like literally $2 and $3 for these lots. So I knew that wasn't going to stand. And nobody else bid on them. So I'm like, man, I could get lucky because it was, there was no like minimums to be met or anything. But sure enough, around 4 or 5 that day, all of a sudden I started getting somebody else had some interest. So it was me against another person. And I don't know how to work auctions, because if you put in the money, like let's say you bid $40, this guy or person, I'm an old codger, I don't mean anything about it. I'm always gonna say this guy. Sorry, I don't mean anything. This person put in like $41. So everything I always bid, they always did $1 more. Sometimes I think that's the auctioneer. But if you ever cut them off at 41 and said, all right, well then they're screwed. So I don't know if they did. Anyway, this guy kept, he was not going to be undone, and neither was I. I was walking away no matter what. And I calculated at least $40 to $60 a trick on those new packages, and there was at least 20. And for for what I was going to invest, I had a lot of wiggle room. Anyway, we're going back and forth throughout the afternoon, evening. And it's getting close to closing time, 7:30. And around 7 or so, I went upstairs I retired up to the quarters with my iPad to finish off my last hour or so of work. And I was watching the auction on my iPad and bidding. And all of a sudden, I started getting, really down to the wire. And I got nervous, so I was like, what if my iPad conks out or the internet, So I was like, let me come down to the workstation here with, an Ethernet hardwired connection, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm leading up like there was some connectivity issues, and there wasn't. So, by the way, I'm the Fat Magician. I've got an Etsy shop here. I got this thing, Yep. Etsy. Etsy.com/shop/US Magic Shop. Some pretty good stuff there. If you like vintage magic. Yeah. We can go through it someday and look at it. But anyway. So I'm sitting there. Goodness. I'm sitting there, and I was like, all right, let me get off my duff. It's 7:15. I said, let me get down to the computer and finish it off down there and get in the right mindset. And so I did. And I came down, and this peckerhead started bing, bing, bing. We're going back and forth. And everything I did, he was just immediately he was like, it was a basic middle finger, sorry. So I'm sitting there. Yeah, I have no clue if I'm streaming even, or if anybody's watching. I doubt it. I really doubt it on a Saturday morning at 10:35 Eastern. But I'm telling you, on Rumble, you don't find good content. This is good content. This is going to be one of the best Rumble channels ever. Yeah, the crap that's on there now. Ugh, people, politics. Anyway. So, it's getting down to the wire. We're getting up to $100 for this one lot. I was at 80. Actually, we were at 60. And I'm like, bid 60. And here comes Wienerhead. 61. Like, all right. So then I was like, all right, let me try 62. I'll play his game. And it was like, he'd been outbid, meaning that he didn't do just 61. He did like probably 65 or something either. So I was like, all right, well, let me put in 80. 80.00, $80. Boom. I'm the high bidder again, $80. 5-10 minutes go by and we're right down, maybe 5 or 10 minutes left. All of a sudden it's 81. And I'm like, what? So anyway, I was like, all right. And I know I let it go down to the 10-minute mark. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go to 100. Because I was going to go, I would have gone probably $200 or $300 for this lot. But I was at 100. So, all right, I was going to enter 100. So, about at the 10-minute mark, so I watched the countdown from about 11 minutes out, and I was like, at the 10-minute mark, I'll put in 100. So here comes, it clicked to 10 minutes, and I'm like, I go into my interface, and I go up to the bid, and I clear out the little box that has 80. Delete. And I put in 1000.00, 100. Submit, and I rolled back. I was like, $100. And all of a sudden I look, and it says 8,100. I was like, what? So it left the 8 in there. And then I put in 100, so it had 8100, $8,100. And it was like, you're the high bidder. So I'm sitting there, and I'm telling you, like my heart literally about exploded. Like the panic, I was shocked, overwhelmed. The timing was just click, click, click. We were down under 10 minutes, and I had just bid $8,000 for this crap, and I was like, no. So, and I get over to my other computer, all of the emails coming in. You've been outbid. You're the winner. I just started replying to him like, help, stop. I didn't mean to bid 8,000. It was supposed to be 100. It's pretty funny, actually. I got the orders, or let's just look real quick. I got the emails that I sent. But yeah, I was panic night, man. That was the story, basically. Luckily, on my last one, I said, please call me. I was like, please call me. Here they are, admin. Admin. Help, 911, there's been a keystroke error. I did not bid that much. Was supposed to be 100, but the 8 stayed in there. Help! Lots of exclamation points. My cell number's blank. I entered 100 and it kept the 8 in there. Please help. And I did a screen grab. 80, your next bid, winning at 8,100. Next bid was 81.5. Anyway, so it was I was just sweating, and I was so bummed. Because I think with auctions, if you remember from movies or anything, like when you're at an auction, you like rub your eye, and they're like, 400 to the guy over there, fat magician. You're like, no, I just rubbed my eye. It doesn't matter. They're pretty like sticklers for that kind of stuff. But I was like, surely they can understand this. Luckily, I ran upstairs, got my cell phone, came back down. I do an iPhone 6. Rocking iPhone 6, people. The only thing I need it, I hate technology. The only thing I need it for is two-factor authentications at work, so it's a waste of money. All right, so anyway, I'm telling you the ending. I get the call. And it's the auctioneer, Alan, is his name, at the Topeka Massacre. And I'm like, Alan, I really screwed up. And he's like, I wondered about that. He's a nice country guy. And so he hooked me up. He said, well, look, I took it back down. I deleted your bid of 8,000. And he says, you're not the high bidder anymore. And there's like 3 minutes left. I'm like, roger that. And then, unfortunately, when you get into the 2-minute warning, if anybody makes a bid, they give you another 2 minutes. And then it gets down. So I was like, back and forth. Then you start sweating it out because it's like 2 minutes, And I bid 120. I'm just going to give full disclosure. I got all that stuff for 120 bucks. Do we want to look at the slideshow again? Uh-oh. Oh, they took the slideshow away from me. Oh, maybe I put it under here. No. So anyway, yeah, 100 bucks. Oh, no, it's right there. And 120 bucks, sorry. That's a bargain. I could probably get 100 bucks for those balls right there. Anyway, I'm not in it for the money at all. Even though I'm going to talk about money because I like bargains and I love magic. And it's the you know, trying to find it. That's the main. It's not very fun really because you can't find them. Very seldom, but I found 2 great things in 6 months. So it's not like a lot out there. So it's a slow process. Anyway, the bid went back down. I finally I went and put in my 100 bucks and made sure it said 100, and I made certain after, you know, to the end of the night, and then he did probably 110 or something. He didn't do the 101, and then I did 120, and then we went to the 2 minute again, and then it went down, and I was the winner.